a request video to talk about some of our black-eyed peas. We have some that we planted quite a while back, and then we reseeded, so there's some that are a little younger mixed in on the same bed. But anyways, I wanted to talk to y'all about them a little bit and show y'all ours, and then show y'all some of the stages of growth, since we have some that are way younger as well. So here we go. Okay, here is one of our most mature black-eyed pea plants, and half of the plant actually died. You can see that dead limb. It broke. So this is what's left. As you can see, these are long beans. We actually picked all the ones that are about this size yesterday, and there's so many more. Now I've already grabbed a handful of them. I'm gonna have to go back in, of course, and get some of the ones that I just missed. And there's this one. This one's just starting to put off. This is its first bean pod so far. If you see those little flowers, those are flowers that have already opened and been pollinated. Got some more right there. And then we have, so that was our first big plant that's producing. We have this one that's producing. This has not yet started to produce. It's a huge plant. I don't know why it hasn't started yet, but it's getting its flowers. So we should start to see it putting off soon. This one's, not yet putting off. This one's not yet putting off, and it's pretty big. We got another one right there. One right there. We have two here. They're not producing yet, but they should start soon. They're putting off vines. This one just started producing. It's kind of small. It's got a few pods on it already and a few flowers. Hopefully it'll continue to grow. We have this one that is not putting off flowers yet, but it should soon. This white dust that you see on them, it's diatomaceous earth. It's a natural, organic ant killer and other bug killer, but we like to use it because we get ants. But yeah, we get ants on some of the pod things like that, so we try to help prevent that, because they'll eat our pods and they'll fight us when we try to do it. Let's go over here. This is a row that's probably 3 weeks old, and as you can see, there are a whole lot more here than there are over there, and we so far have probably harvested 1.5 pounds off of the 3 or 4 plants that we have producing already. So I'm excited for when these start producing. We'll have so many. So let's talk a little more about the actual plant. So black-eyed peas, other people call them cow peas, are a really hardy pea / bean. I've always thought of them as beans, but I guess they're technically peas. Either way, they're legumes, which legumes are awesome to have in your garden. They're really good for putting nitrogen back into your soil, which a lot of people don't know that they do that. They're really easy to grow. They're very adaptable. We have a sandy soil and it's really hot here. It easily gets into the hundreds in the summer multiple days. And they grow so well. So I really think they're a great crop to have in your garden. Plus, when you're done harvesting and stuff like that and you have a bunch of the foliage left over, it's great to just till into your soil. It'll put all that nitrogen that's stored in the stems and in the leaves and in the plant back into your soil. So a lot of people, what they'll do, let me turn this around. What they'll do is they'll plant like let's say they'll have their pinto beans or black-eyed peas, legumes, whatnot in one row, and then they'll have something else, and then they'll have something else, and then they'll do another row of black-eyed peas. And then the next year, what we'll do is we'll plant something else that requires a lot of nitrogen on this row, and then we'll put legumes, let's say, on this row. You know, right now we have just planted some squash, some yellow crooked squash, and then the next time we'll, you know, rotate back or rotate to a different row, and that way you're using everything that the plant gives you, because it does give you a lot. It gives you lots of food that store really well. Let me show you some of those pods. These are the ones that I just picked. Let me show you some of these. They're pretty long. You can see they're bulbous. That's how you know when you want to collect them, is you'll see the outline. I can get that to focus better. It's a little better. You'll see the outline of the bean, and that's when you know when to harvest it. When it starts to look like it's slightly bigger than your average black-eyed pea, that's when you harvest it. And see, this one's pretty long, but sometimes they're not always as long. Let's see if I can find a shorter one. Like this one, it's not nearly as long, but you can see the peas in it, so you know it's done. Anyways, we really appreciate y'all, and we really appreciate y'all talking about black-eyed peas with us. We hope to see y'all again, and thank y'all so much for joining us for this video. Bye.